Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without lead. This is Whitmore. Paul and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ball chat. Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ball Chat Podcast. I am riding solo for the first half of the show today. My name is Benton, man in the ship solo, as Junior is running late. Understandably, Manchester United in a spot about us. So Junior is running late, so he will join us at some point, maybe about 15 minutes in the show. 15 minutes Jamaican time. Cameroon is out and about. You don't know, Chelsea had another miserable a bad show in today at the Premier League game with Leicester City. So come on and hide. So it's all on me to man the ship around the place for the next half an hour or 15 minutes or so. So big up to all listeners. This is Ball Chat Podcast, where we review some of the week's major news in the world of football, aka soccer. And those of you who joining in, new subscribers, big up, thank you for joining us. This is what we do every week. We have a jam-packed show every week at 5 p.m. We have EPL, this title race, EPL title race discussion. We'll take a look at Manchester United versus Arsenal. Arsenal drop points again, and we have a special message for the Arsenal fans that I will send to them later on, because at some point we have to kind of consider our health rather than support Arsenal Football Club. Not we, but in general, you know, the contextual we. So I will plead to the Arsenal fans, take care of the health and don't stress about Arsenal Football Club. We'll discuss Arsenal versus Manchester United as Arsenal Football Club drop points. We'll ask the ultimate question: when can Liverpool win the Premier League title? Because the landscape of things in the English Premier League, Liverpool leading Arsenal by 15 points, means ultimately those questions will come to the forefront. When can Liverpool win the Premier League title? So we'll take a look at possible permutations if results hold. Based on my back of the envelope calculation, we're looking at about April 12th. Junior Culture, when he forward in, he will have his own take on when Liverpool can ceremoniously close and crown themselves champion. Well, I'm probably already do it. We have Champions League games coming up this week. We'll discuss Champions League football and recap the week that was in Champions League. A big week for Real Madrid in Champions League as usual. You know, we always say Real Madrid is a different animal in Champions League. They defeat Atletico Madrid in the Madrid derby. They will play the second leg this coming week. We'll take a look also at Liverpool versus PSG. Impressive week for Arsenal in Champions League. So we'll recap the week that was in Champions League and preview the upcoming Champions League games. We'll also discuss MLS weekend action, MLS football. Wilfred Zaha and Charlotte is currently playing Inter Miami, Messi-less Inter Miami. So we'll take a look at the score of that game. Apparently, Wilfred Zaha wants to take the league by storm. So Wilfred Zaha, of course, formerly of Crystal Palace and Galatasaray in the Turkish league. We don't know. Miserable Wilfred Zaha. Lively winger, lively left winger. We'll also pivot to Jamaican football news at the end of the show, or midway through the show. We'll discuss Jamaican Women's Premier League round of action. Based on my assessment, the UWI women's team picked up a victory. We know so UWI got fixed up last week, aka took on a beaten by Fraser's Whip. We'll take a look at the scores in this weekend's Jamaican Women's Premier League. Last weekend, we said the referees were on strike in the Jamaican's Premier League, Men's Premier League. Action returns this weekend as, you know, Gensec, Dennis Strong of Jamaican Football Federation said they might work something out by March 3rd. So ultimately, something got resolved and football games took place this weekend in the Jamaican Premier League. So we'll take a look at the scores and the landscape of things in the Jamaican Premier League. We'll take a look at Jamaican footballers playing their trade overseas and get an update on different players. We know that Bunny Shaw scored again. Jamaica's captain Khadija Bunny Shaw scored in FA Cup action for Manchester City ladies. And we'll also highlight another, remind the listeners about this upcoming community event from Elron Cup charity match down in Mannins, the Mannins School, my alma mater, of course. There's a Elron Hopton Kelly memorial match coming up on March 22nd to raise funds for Mannins School and Mannins School sports program. We had Sean Young on last week, giving football listeners an update and the lay of the land about that event. And we're going to remind the people again who want them support that event later on the show. So, and Sean will be back next weekend to kind of give the listeners again some reminder. We didn't get the links yet for the ticket sales, but once we get those, we'll drop them so that the family can support that event. An important part of Ball Chat is not just about football, it's about community and community engagement, and try to help and elevate and promote events for betterment of the community where we can. So this Mannins School event, Mannins Hopton Kelly Memorial charity event, charity game is a big thing that we here at Ball Chat highly promoting and happy to and will support fully 100. All right, now we're going to step, and if you have ballers and bugs as usual, family, send them on. Big up to the family. Big up to Arlene. Arlene saying hello to all. I enjoy the program so much. God bless. Big up Arlene. I think Arlene is also a Manchester United fan. So in the time of needs, in these difficult moments, Arlene, we are here at Ball Chat for you. And all Manchester United fans, we are here in this difficult period, All right, let's get to our English Premier League roundup. We're going to kick it off with Manchester United versus Arsenal. The game ended 1-1 at the Theatre of Dreams, Manchester United Stadium. Trust me. Big up Dalton. Dalton says, Helmets from the Premier League champ. Big up. Yes, the inevitable. We can't start crowning them already. I think, based on my calculation, we're looking at probably April 12th for a Liverpool title if the results go their way. But it's inevitable. Liverpool, after today's result between Manchester United and Arsenal, Liverpool close the weekend 15 points ahead of Arsenal. And to be honest with you, 2 goals, of course, 1 goal apiece in this football game. Bruno Fernandes with an absolutely brilliant free kick. Declan Rice with the equalizer for Arsenal, which is also a very good goal. I think ultimately for this football game, I thought for a title race, for a title contender, Arsenal Football Club, there is no way Arsenal is supposed to make Bugside, aka Potty Shop, aka Manchester United, the 14th place Manchester United heading into this football game, push up against them and be that competitive to take a point from this game. Kudos to Manchester United and coach Ruben Amorim, because ultimately them defended their yard, and they have a slew of injuries. And we saw Lenny Yoro got subbed off because of an injury, and so they had to put on an 18-year-old kid. But Arsenal again cannot drop points here. You have to take these 3 points. So this is a huge disappointing event for Arsenal Football Club. Bruno Fernandes is the man of the match. Of course, that free kick. I think personally, for Arsenal, it's just play out the season. Of course, take one game at a time and hope for the best. But I think ultimately this title race is over, as most of us watch English Premier League week in and week out. From the statistics standpoint, Arsenal dominated possession 68%. But in terms of chances created, Arsenal 17 shots, Manchester United had 6 shots on target. The shots on target were both equal. And Arsenal, once Manchester United score, Arsenal definitely was now pressing for an equalizer. Manchester United play more on the counter attack, and Manchester United will be all right. I mean, I know Manchester United fans are pissed off about what's going on with the football club, but Ruben Amorim is a proper football manager, and I think based on what I'm seeing, they will be fine. They will be fine if you give him the right pieces. He will make this team a very good football. Well, I'm not gonna say very good football club, but they will be competing for Champions League in the not too distant future. So Manchester United won, Arsenal won. There was nothing major to write home about this football game. I don't have any groundbreaking analysis for this game. I thought it was just, other than the fact that Arsenal let 3 points drop in this football game, I thought quite notably that Arsenal goal came from the fact that Jurriën Timber drove at Manchester United. And for me, a right back being able to drive at the Manchester United and open and lay off that ball to Declan Rice, that is something I want to see from my wingers. And I thought Arsenal wingers probably should have done a little bit more a better job of trying to get at that Manchester United back line. We saw Lewis Skelly, when he entered the football game for Arsenal, he also tried some of the similar impact, tried to drive at the Manchester United defense. Speed might be the determined factor there. I mean, Leandro Trossard should have a bit of speed, but for some reason, Arsenal could not capitalize. I thought Joshua Xerxes should have scored a goal. That attempted back heel, I mean, probably should have figured out a way to try to get that ball in the back of the net, But David Raya was very good and made some very good saves for Arsenal. So 2 points drop, but them lucky. Arsenal probably a bit fortunate to come away with a point in this game, knowing that Manchester United had some very good opportunities. What's the family's take on this football game? I mean, we know Junior, once he reach in, he will have more in-depth say, but I mean, I watched this game and Junior was normally watch games together, and Junior is very vocal, and once Manchester United score, normally he send out these emojis of gunshot, a rinse, and Yard people know, say, boy, when you go dance and big tune play, you bust blank. And so that's Junior when it comes to Manchester United scoring goals normally. But during today's game, the man quite like a mouse. Goal score, big goal score, and no machine to get rent. So ultimately, I think he's just resigned to accepting that, Manchester United's a bug side. And him now can't bother with it, Other EPL results this weekend. Probably the most craziest thing of this weekend, bug of the week to Kepa in goal for Bournemouth. Bournemouth and Spurs drew 2-2. Bournemouth led this game 2-0. Goals from Marcus Tanavir and Evan Nelson. And somehow Bournemouth let Tottenham back into this football game. All thanks to the one and only Mr. Kepa Asabri, whatever his last name. Kepa, the penalty on Son Heung-min was just unbelievable for me. Bug of the week, because there's no way Kepa had a chance to recover that football. I get that ball, but where am I go? So 2 points dropped for Bournemouth in that football game. Pape Sarr, the first goal that Pape Sarr scored, also Kepa was out. Big up Junior. I'm gonna Junior up on line. I send message. One, Reggie didn't have work for do. Come up ball chat and come do your work. Junior said, Dalton, you are going to send a thank you card. That's Junior sending a trolling Dalton. But regarding the Spurs versus Bournemouth game, it's something that is important. It's important that Areola of Bournemouth, the head coach, make sure that this is not a repeat of things to come regarding Kepa, because there's no way Kepa supposed to give up those 2 goals. The penalty was a lost cause. Tottenham escaped at home, after being down 2-0. Yawd Ballers with the goal, with the penalty. And I think Yawd Ballers was on a 7 goals winless, score drought in the scoreless drought in the English Premier League. A long time no score a goal. So this goal ended his drought. And typically with Spurs, as we all know, he's one of the linchpin goal scorers for that football club. So bug of the week to Kepa. And Tottenham is Tottenham. I mean, we don't give them a bug of the week. Tottenham is Tottenham. Other football game, other score that took place today, Chelsea versus Leicester City. Talk about side that is just lost at sea. Chelsea defeated Leicester City 1-0 at the Bridge. We don't know if we want to still call it Stamford Bridge or whatever. Maybe we can come up with another name, because one thing that is very apparent with Chelsea Football Club and this edition of Chelsea, is that they are a one-man side. And I want all Chelsea fans them can come at me. They are a one-man side in the sense of, if Cole Palmer is not playing any football, Chelsea dog them supper. Cole Palmer missed the penalty today after Jadon Sancho was taken down, was fouled in the box. Reports that Cole Palmer is not feeling well, so that was attributed to him missing the penalty. But it's Chelsea is a one-man side. Dalton says for regarding if he's not sending Junior's question about a thank you note, that Junior says for delivering the trophy to owner. Yo, Manchester United people, them normal, you know. So Marco Corella got the man of the match award for Chelsea. I think the strangest thing for Chelsea, and I got to admit here, and I want to admit this, I've been critical of Nicholas Jackson, and Nicholas Jackson has rightfully, should come under some criticism because of the fact that he has missed golden opportunities for this football club. But Chelsea is a different football club with Nicholas Jackson in this team than without him. And one other thing that is apparent, that's quite noticeable today, is that the speed at which Nicholas Jackson get on the end of those crosses, Nkunku is not going at the same speed. And Nkunku is not getting at the end of those crosses. Now, granted, Nicholas Jackson might get at the end and miss it, but of course, to give yourself a chance, that's important to get there. So big up BM, big up family. If you have ballers and bugs, send them on. We're doing our normal EPL roundup. Junior is a bit late, so he will jump on in a few. But I think for Chelsea defeat Leicester City 1-0. I think for Chelsea, it's very important to try to get Nicholas Jackson back as soon as possible. And I know some people will say, well, me just say it's a one-man side. I think that Cole Palmer is the straw that stirs the drink in this Chelsea Football Club. But seeing this club without Nicholas Jackson for the last few games, them can't score no goals. And Nkunku is a man that has scored a few goals in the Bundesliga, is really struggling to really kind of stamp his goal scoring class in the Premier League. And I saw something today where I think it was Pedro Neto went down the right wing, put the ball across, and Nkunku don't reach yet. I mean, Nicholas Jackson usually is there crashing. So and that is something that Chelsea relies on. They rely on pace on the wing, and they also want to use that fast striker down the middle. Now, granted, we know I'm not the best at scoring, but it's an important thing to get Nicholas Jackson ready up for Chelsea Football Club. So Chelsea defeated Leicester City 1-0. As for Leicester City, it's a matter of time. Leicester City need to get rid of some of the dead weight, because man like Patson, Daka, It now work, brother. Patson Daka, I think he was signed under Brandon Rogers. I think Brandon Rogers signed Patson Daka. And Patson Daka, I can't remember Patson Daka scoring 1 goal for Leicester City in his tenure. In fact, wait, he scored 1 goal this season. So he scored 1 goal in 15 appearances this year. He scored 4 last year. And he scored 5 in 2021-2022 season. So the Patson Daka now work. Leicester City just not Premier League material, and yeah, they might be not, there might be there might be a relegation thing for sure. So and the sad thing about it is that I think Ruud van Nistelrooy is potentially a good manager, and if he can figure out some way to rescue this football club and keep them up, and given the resources, he could really kind of catapult or lift them up to become an important football club as they once were, you know. A competitive football club as they once were. Continuing our EPL result, you know, another big result that happened over the weekend. Nottingham Forest defeated Manchester City. Colin Hudson-Odoi with the goal in the 83rd minute beat Edison at his near post. Edison definitely had some fault there because, you know, rule of thumb, big up to all the goalkeepers who listen to Ball Chat week in and week out. Rule of thumb, you can't get beaten at your near post as a goalkeeper. You know, I thought Edison was probably cheating a little bit to the right regarding trying to expect a cross, but Hudson-Odoi was able to squeeze it between the near post and the goalkeeper. Now, the thing about this victory is that it has Nottingham Forest really kind of in a very, very good position, because Nottingham Forest are dreaming about European football, which is the first time since the 95-96 season and I think in the 95-96 season they played in the UEFA Cup or something of that nature. So Nottingham Forest looks almost set to be a Champions League club if the results hold, and this is really a testament to Nuno's work with this football club. Now, one important question that came up over the weekend, and here some people really kind of debate this thing. The question was asked: is this Nottingham Forest better than that Leicester City team that won the Premier League? And the person who asked the question is the fact that the person outlined this point of view that this Nottingham Forest is competing in a league that is better than the league that the Leicester City won. You know, that year Leicester City won, they were running with Tottenham. We don't know if Tottenham on a title contender, so we don't take them seriously. The person also said that, you know, this Nottingham Forest team went to the big bad Liverpool, and took points off Liverpool. Not only have they taken points from Liverpool this season, they've taken 4 of possible 6 points from this Liverpool team. So a person is asking a question and asks a question, and sometimes me kind of dismiss some things, but me have to think about it for a while. I don't think this Nottingham Forest team better than Leicester City, you know. But, you know, sometimes in conjecture it's good to have these debates. It's pound for pound, it's a well-rounded football team. But I think Nottingham Forest success is tied to the fact that the Premier League really has one big dog this year. The Premier League has one big football club, and that's Liverpool. Liverpool is the only football club that's pretty much maintaining their standard or going above their previous year's performances. Arsenal has regressed and are at the same basic level. Man City has regressed immensely. Chelsea lost at sea. So if all things were considered, if Arsenal was still gunning and Man City was still gunning, then, you know, Nottingham Forest would be looking in for that 4th spot, which Aston Villa took it last year, or Aston Villa took it last year in the Champions League spot. and Newcastle was the other one before that. So in recent memory, that other Champions League spot is not something that the big dogs, the Chelsea and so-called big clubs have been really, the top 4 clubs have really been taken. So it's usually up for grabs, and Nottingham Forest has really kind of put down a marker on that Champions League spot this year, and timing is perfect because the rest of the league teams have kind of regressed. I mean, Newcastle has not kept up with what they did a year or so ago. Aston Villa is not kept up with what they did a year or so ago within the Premier League. So don't think this Nottingham Forest is better than that Leicester City team. BM says congratulations to Liverpool in advance. The title race is over. He also says ball of the week Liverpool. Big up Kofi Powell. Kofi Powell says heel ball chat fam. Big up family. BM says bug of the week Cavalier. Inter Miami was there for the taking, and a lack of composure caused Cavalier to get something to not get something from the game. We'll get to Cavalier in a bit, and the Messi mania and Cavalier versus Liverpool, and there'll be a Yendi Phillips mention at some point during this football show later on. But we'll discuss Cavalier and Messi and the Champions Cup and Inter Miami here in a second, in a few minutes. So Nottingham Forest defeated Man City 1-0. Man City is Man City is Man City this year. This is Man City. Hey, good luck to them for make Champions League. No, most notably, Pep Guardiola said after the game, says they have 10 games left, and he's quite bullish about making Champions League spots. So let's see how it goes. I mean, it would be quite a fall off if big bad Man City don't make Champions League. It would be quite a fall off. Brighton defeated Fulham 2-1. Crystal Palace defeated Ipswich 1-0. Liverpool defeated Southampton 3-1. Liverpool fans were probably a little bit nervous when Will Smallbone scored in the 46th minute to give them a goal. Man called Darwin Núñez with the equalizer almost right after the resumption. Then, of course, the general himself, Mohamed Salah, with 2 penalties. And Arnold Slot said, this Southampton game, to paraphrase, is a warning to Liverpool. I don't know why Southampton is a warning to anybody. I mean, I think that comment is a little bit. I think that comment's a little bit overdone by the coach, but I see what he's doing. He's trying to make sure he keeps his troops focused. But Liverpool is a well-oiled machine. A big man. This is a big man's team, i.e., they know success. You have so many veterans and leaders in this football club, and there was never any doubt that Southampton was not going to win this football game. In fact, I was shocked when Southampton scored. And this is somebody who have watched Southampton religiously and watched Liverpool religiously. Everybody knows Southampton wasn't going to win this football game. So I think for Liverpool right now is just remain healthy and continue doing what you're doing. I mean, Virgil van Dijk posted after the game that job done, on to the next one, which is pretty much now you're in the business end of the football. Of the football league, you have multiple competitions that you're playing in. Liverpool has the EFL Cup final coming up on March 16th. You have the international break. You have Champions League. Liverpool won't play a Premier League game until I think April 2nd. So Liverpool will chill out from the Premier League for a bit, and maybe Arsenal will close the gap. While Liverpool chill out from the EPL for a bit. But questions and permutations that's been going around now is when is the earliest time Liverpool can win the Premier League? And based on the statistics and the statisticians doing their analytics and running numbers, Liverpool can win the Premier League as early as April 12th, providing that results hold. And that's the earliest sort of readout from the data. Now, basically, they have to win the games once they start from April 2nd, and of course, Arsenal would have to drop some points. And looking at Arsenal, we know that Arsenal might drop some points. Now, looking at the schedule from April 2nd, if Liverpool will play Everton in the Merseyside derby at Anfield. So the earliest Liverpool can win the Premier League is April 12th. They return to the Premier League on April 2nd. And if results go their way and they win the games leading into April 12th weekend, then they can start crowning themselves champion officially. They have the Merseyside derby on April 2nd, and that is no easy feat. We saw that David Moyes rejuvenated this Everton club. Of course, it was an emotional first leg of the Merseyside derby. Ended 2-2 with a goal at the death by Tarkowski. And then, of course, it was an emotional night because not only that, it was the last game at last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park for Everton. So don't know, Everton people definitely did not want to close out the Merseyside derby at Goodison Park with a defeat to their arch enemy. So, but I expect business as usual April 2nd. I mean, international break coming up, anything can happen. We know players go on international break, anything can happen. Champions League games, EFL Cup final, we know anything can happen. But if both squads are healthy and they meet on April 2nd, I expect Liverpool to beat Everton in that game. And then, April 6th, Fulham, okay, Craven Cottage, competitive football club, but okay, Liverpool is Liverpool. And again, it's just to emphasize that, there's a lot of football games left to play, but ultimately Liverpool will win the league. But based on some analysis, the prediction is if results hold, that's the earliest that they can ultimately be crowned Premier League title winners, and that will be the weekend of April 12th. And we're not even gonna look at Arsenal schedule, guys. And I guess to be fair and balanced, we're just going to look at Arsenal schedule and just Junior calling me. Why Junior is calling me while I'm on the show, Bridget? Big up Fabi Frana. Fabi Frana says, by the time we play Arsenal, we are I got the honor we want. We will not be the same when we play Everton at Anfield. Definitely we will not be the same when we play Everton at Anfield. Hold on, people. May I get a call here from Biggs? Loading up. Let me in there. Big says he wants. Yeah, hold on. Engineer is here. I ignore him, Anderson. Sorry, family. Biggs is here. He's coming in. He's entering. Entering in the blue car, the red corner. What go on, General?
Yo, if you never want me to talk about Man U, you could have tell me and wait till the Man U thing done, from when me in that chat?
Yo, the bug side of the show done is the star part of the show we are dealing with right now.
Oh, champion. What's power reach?
Not champion, but the bug side of the show done is star teams we are dealing with right now. But what go on? How things there?
I'm good enough. Big up Dalton. If you look at that chat, Dalton, I expect the thank you card, and we want things to fall.
You want what?
A gift that falls. Leave it at that.
Yeah, well, you have to deal with that. Fabi Frana says, big up, we will not be the same when we play at Anfield, play Everton at Anfield. Now, I was having this discussion with the family about, there are those who start looking at the back of the envelope calculation when it's the earliest that Liverpool can win this thing. And the prediction is that if results hold, the earliest Liverpool can win it is April 2nd. They have the Merseyside derby on And if results hold, the earliest they can win is April 12th. They have the Merseyside Derby on April 2nd at Anfield. And they have Fulham. Do you, read too much into any of that regarding, the expectation? Of course, you have international break. You have the EFL Cup final. So a lot of things can really impact who rolls out for Liverpool in that Merseyside Derby and as they load up for the title.
Yeah, but we're talking about the title race, or just which team is going to give them that guard of honor, the first guard of honor. Is that the question?
Yeah, the title race ultimately. We don't care about no guard.
Oh, the title race done better.
Yeah, but when is the earliest that you think that they will win it? Providing the results are whole. I
guess you did say that the game where they host Arsenal will be the coronation game, right?
Well, that's a Fabi's.
Yeah, because if results hold, I think somebody put it out, if they win 5 of the next 6, regardless of what happened, I believe that's how it is. Arsenal will give them the guard of honor, which will be kind of funny and poetic. You know what? That's like, you watch Game of Thrones, Benton?
Yeah.
You remember when the dragon did dead, when the Ice King did throw the spear into the dragon, and Daenerys did vex and she lose her dragon, and then at the end of the episode you see them pull the dragon out of the water and then you see the blue eye open.
Yeah.
Since Arsenal is like this sitcom team where I have episode, that's a season finale for Arsenal, that they're giving the guard of honor to Arne Slot, and Arteta is sitting there clapping.
Clapping who? It's not gonna clap.
Of course, I'm off a clap.
What you mean clap, man?
That would be the ultimate season ending on the season finale of Arsenal battles it again. Arsenal gives a guard of honor. That would be like like when they were the preview, and so the Arsenal man them stand up in our line and have a clap.
Yeah, but coaches will be excused from that. Them can't turn up to sit down on the bench, make it players them. In fact, if for that game Arsenal would have just rolled out all the youngsters them.
Which youngsters?
Looking at the schedule, March 16, side-by-side schedule. March 16, Chelsea versus Arsenal. April 1 R2, Liverpool versus Everton in the Merseyside Derby. And Arsenal will host Fulham. Now, Chelsea and Fulham football games for Arsenal. Both games are at home for Arsenal. But I don't even know what Arsenal is going to show up. So I can reasonably see Arsenal dropping points in one or both of those football games. And as you head towards April 12th, which is the earliest based on the smart people that Liverpool can win it, you cannot drop any points. Liverpool has Everton at home, Arsenal, Fulham away, and West Ham at home. Arsenal has Chelsea on this March 16, Fulham March 1st and 12th, Everton April 5th, away to Everton, Brentford April 12th. Yo, no sir.
But the thing is this though. The thing is, forget about Arsenal. Look at Liverpool and where Liverpool is right now. And Liverpool barely beat PSG midweek. We'll talk about that.
We'll discuss that later on.
No, but this is a part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Arne Slot knows. Liverpool players knows. They have one hand and 3 fingers on the trophy. And to get the next 2 fingers on the trophy, they need to take care of their business. And the sooner they take care of their business, the sooner they can move on to the Champions League predicament, right? couple that with, we remember what happened at the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. We remember how Everton snatched that draw from the jaws of defeat, right? And honestly, that is the biggest arsehole in world football right now. He is going to want to send a message. So there are no trap games left here because Liverpool is motivated to get this thing done as soon as possible so they can probably think about facing Real Madrid sometime in the very near future. Plus the added incentive of getting rid of Everton and showing Everton that what happened the last time wasn't a fluke. So
yeah, I agree that I don't see ever Liverpool dropping any of those 3 games leading up to, including the April 12th game. I don't see them dropping any points. And big up Fabi just pointed out a very important point. Arsenal, just remember, Nottingham Forest can jump Arsenal. So Arsenal right now is not even have to worry about title race. They have to worry about Nottingham Forest might jump them.
But when they finish second or third is not a big deal. They should be worried about.
Yes, it's a big deal. Don't you get a better matchup in the local idiot competition now?
Not really, because remember it's a big round robin. So
it's a big round robin, but you only play 4 games, or is what 6 games. So like you get 6 bug teams as opposed to get 6 big teams.
Right, that's true. Point taken.
You know, so you much rather would have play Manchester United twice. Well, no, they won't be there.
Yeah.
No, they won't be there. You much rather would have play some side from Coconut.
No, those are the views of Benton. Manchester United winning Europa League.
Yeah, here we go. But I think one thing, Virgil van Dijk, and I said that as you were trying to jump on the show, that Virgil van Dijk publicly, posted a message on his social handle. He said, "Look, job done. On to the next one. Rest up." And so one thing we know with Liverpool, professional man, them a big man. Them have big man sort of setup. They have big man in the sense of they are professionals. They have been down this road before. They've won Champions League. They've won EPL. They've won the Chibney Trophy. So this is the year if we try to bring all of these things together and make it a treble and just round out this fabulous era probably.
Yep.
But speaking of which, since you joined the show late, get your thoughts in on this Arsenal versus Manchester United game. I quite noticeably, I said this earlier, that we watch games together, and when Manchester United score, you always rinse machine and bust a blank. But today there was no blank busting. Wagwan.
Because I expected Arsenal to win.
Yeah, but you always bust a blank. No matter who cock on a idiot side of my player, you normally bust a blank. And today you didn't bust a blank.
No, all right. For one, because Diego Dallo is pissing me off. And Ruben with his Portuguese bias is really pissing me off. So the goal from Bruno is a very good goal, but I looked at that first half in its totality, and it was just a garbage game. It was a game where I expected. I said this to Sean in the group, and I meant it. All Arsenal fans, when you look at what Manchester United has done so far this year and who they are this year, and look at the coach that they have and forecast it out, enjoy the win today. I said it, and I conceded the win. Enjoy the win today. Treat it like it's your last win at Old Trafford. And not even that the man them can do. Arsenal not winning at Old Trafford anytime soon after this.
Yeah, mark this down, Mark it down, Mark it down. In fact, today's what day? March 9, 2025. Junior is on the record and saying that Arsenal won't win at Old Trafford anytime soon. Like when?
like no time soon. Manchester United is about to make a big bounce back.
All right. All time, anytime soon. They're not playing a game at Manchester United anytime soon. Like
Till
next year, they might, will they? So
They're
they
not
won't win
winning
the game at Old Trafford next year.
They're not winning at Old. Man who is about to surpass Arsenal. It won't take 4 signings and luck of no interest. So, but that's a whole other conversation. For me, I watched the game and I was pissed off because I see players not progressing. And you have idiots out there that want to blame the coach. I have said this many times, and it couples with Chelsea, it couples with Arsenal, it's starting to couple with Man City. Let's not make the road easier for the players. Players go out there and perform and execute a plan. If you cannot execute the plan, you move on. Get the hell out of the system. Right? And I see players that cannot make a simple 5-yard pass. And I'm talking about Manchester United. But then all of a sudden, Arsenal should be, this game come out and Arsenal look and see what Nottingham Forest did to Man City. And this is what you're doing at the game that follow that up. Think about it. You see what we all know you're chasing Liverpool.
No, they're not.
But Arteta, you see what Nottingham Forest did to Man City. And you come out and play the game like this? Come on, man. See, at some point, we need to start cutting off coaches.
All right, so you're not cutting off one coach over your side, but you're cutting off the one over Arsenal.
Ruben Amorim has a blank check. I told you guys this from his side. He has a blank check. The man, and that's why he's so steadfast. I'm not changing my system. Uno hire me because my system is successful. If these players can't play my system, get the F out. It's that simple. If Ruben was to change his system right now, chasing a win, I would be Ruben Amorim out. Right now. I would say Ruben out.
All right, so your final take is that Arsenal won't be winning that groundbreaking analysis at Ball Chat. We only do this right here. Arsenal won't be winning at the Theatre of Dream anytime soon, aka the Bug Side, Manchester United.
If you can't beat Man U, no. And you are Arsenal. If you cannot beat Man U, no. At Manchester United, this is the worst you will ever see Manchester. They are not getting any worse, people. Arteta will not see a worse Manchester United than he saw today. I can't beat them. Arteta
we also want to document that Manchester United is not getting worse. A statement from Junior George, Junior Pringle at 5:48 p.m. on March 9, 2025. Manchester United cannot get any worse is the statement. We're going to dock that one and put that in the record book. Because, someone we there have to live for, we there have to see it, because we have been down this road before. Continuing our EPL roundup, Aston Villa defeated Brentford 1-0. Wolves and Everton drew 1-1. But your thoughts, I already went through the Nottingham Forest game and Man City game. Big victory for Forest. Pep said they have 10 more games to make Champions League. So, in that football game, I mean, Man City just couldn't find a way to score 1 goal, much less 2. I mean, Erling Haaland was starved for service during that football game. And do you find it weird that Marmouche did not start the football game knowing that Marmouche is probably their biggest live wire in the recent local so-called improvement phase?
You know, there's something to be said about philosophies, and we're not privy to what's really been going on behind the scenes. But I don't know if Pep Guardiola subscribed to bad apples spoil the bunch philosophy, and if that applies to sports, if bad habits can become hereditary within a team, and if you really believe that, then you have to protect the players that you see as gems. You have 10 games to make it to Champions League next year, right? I think Pep said a statement. I think there's more behind that statement. You have 10 games to show me who will play for me next year. And Mamouche, you already established yourself. Let me see what the other players have. Because if we were playing against Leicester, if we were playing against Brentford, we know, if we were playing against Ipswich, we know Man City will run them off the field. But you're playing against Norwich, who is a fellow top 4 contender.
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest, who is a fellow top 4 contender. Let me see what I have in my squad. We know Mamouche already. Let me see what I have in my squad. And the players them showed who won't be here next year, who don't want to be here next year. It's just that simple.
Bug of the week to the Stockport Iniesta. Phil Foden. Definitely. Anybody who mix Iniesta and the real Iniesta in the same sentence as Phil Foden need to get beaten with belt.
And that goes to the but we need to stop ordaining these players.
Ordain them all them want, that's fine. But when them fall off of the cliff, when them fall off, then you acknowledge that they're not what they are. And just keep it moving. I agree 100%. You know?
Yes.
Before we leg up from the Premier League results and look at the table, a discussion occurred in our rum shop this weekend. Forest versus Leicester City. Which one is better in your eye? This Forest versus the 2015 Leicester City. And the theory in the rum shop, now Rhea never did a flow. The theory in the rum shop is that Nottingham Forest is achieving in a league that is more competitive than the league that Leicester City won. The theory in the rum shop is that Leicester City won the league that year when nobody never really compete. It was just bug Spurs. And the rumhead them said they don't take Spurs as a serious contender ever. The theory in the rum shop is that this Nottingham Forest team went to the big bad Liverpool, defeated the big bad Liverpool, took 4 points from 6 points off the big bad Liverpool. What you have to say? I mean, I prefer the Leicester City of 2015, because you have some real ballers on that team. I can't say the same thing about this Nottingham Forest team.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me bid it. Let me be the word of reason right now.
Well, the word of non-alcoholic.
I am willing to bet you $1 trillion that the person who brought up that argument is either an Arsenal fan, an Arsenal sympathizer under the quiet, or a Trinidad fan. And Jose Mourinho said it best. Some people are specialists in failure. And if you want to sit down, the reason why me as a Manchester United fan can feel so happy right now is because my trophy room is stacked. I don't give a damn if we got through 10, 15 lead years, because my last 30 years can't compare to anybody. How the hell would somebody look at, how the hell would you look at a Nottingham Forest fan right now who knows that they are not smelling a trophy anytime soon unless they get super lucky, and tell that Nottingham Forest fan that you have a better season than the Leicester fan that's about to be relegated. You think the Leicester fan that's about to be relegated going to cry and say, oh Lord, the Nottingham Forest fan feel better than me. If I go hug him trophy, I say, what you going to talk about him happy for coming second and move for yourself. Come on, man. You can't compare a champion to. Come on, Benton, man. Yo.
Well said. EPL table, Liverpool.
Hold on, Benton. Hold on,
Go
listen. Listen, real quick. Because you say it was a rum bar conversation. Anybody that come from Jamaica, I would tend to think the Caribbean as a whole, but I can only speak for Jamaica. You know, when you go to a rum bar, there's one substance you will never see in a bar. You know what that is, Benton?
How about you tell us?
Anybody in the chat, right? I give them 1 minute. Anybody who writes the one substance that you will never see in a rum bar anywhere in Jamaica, I'm giving you a minute. 5:56 right now. When you hit 5:57, anybody that put the right answer in the chat, I'm gonna give them a jersey.
We have to discuss that half here. We can't just give a jersey about rum bar.
Me I go buy a jersey.
Coffee Post,
say common sense. Wrong. Wrong. There's one substance you will never find in a rum bar in Jamaica.
Well, it's not a minute yet, brother.
And let me give you a hint. It is food. It's a type of food you will never find in a rum bar in Jamaica.
Liverpool at the top. 1 minute to answer.
PM says cocaine. Wrong.
Cocaine.
Close, but wrong.
I guess, I wish rum bar them have cocaine in it.
I'm some food.
Liverpool at the top of the table with 70 points, 15 points ahead of Arsenal. Forest in third, Chelsea in fourth, 49 points. Man City sitting in fifth, Brighton in sixth, and Aston Villa and Bournemouth, Spurs. No, not in Spurs, Newcastle, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Brentford, Spurs. No, Manchester United, Everton, West Ham, Wolves, and Leicester City, Ipswich, Southampton. What?
The answer, people. You want the answer?
Yeah, 1 minute up.
It's cornmeal. You will never find cornmeal in a rum bar. You know why? There's a belief that if you mix cornmeal and rum, it's poison.
Oh.
Whoever the hell said that Nottingham Forest.
Should I do that? Should I mix it?
I mix cornmeal in the rum, man. The man dead, man. I'm a dead man talking that, man.
So if rum bars sell flour and cornmeal?
No, you will never see that. But I tell you, I see your thing.
But I'm serious, no. They're rum bar country and they must sell rum and things. And they must sell rice and flour upon the side.
You never see, you know what, and there's an old saying, and this might be too old for some people. They might done debunk it, and people say, I'm chopping this attack right now, or some country thing. But there's an old saying that if you mix cornmeal in rum, it becomes poison. And there is even some barmaids who will have put cornmeal in their fingernail and rub it in the rum. There is old times talking like that. Hold on. Real quick. That's the reason why when you go to rum bars and have a gamble domino, what is one substance them normally put on the domino table for make the domino them?
Cornmeal.
Cornmeal. You never see about them juice when they say it. If you think about it, the juice them always up so. We up so in our corner.
We need to do our investigation and follow up because I want to know if maybe a town rum bar them that. Because I know down a country, I swear I say cornmeal and flour and rice I sell in the rum bar.
No, see, a real talk though, because Google it.
Have you been to Run River and Burn Savannah in the bushes of Westmoreland where I pay a key and piece and I want to look at structure? And for the rum bar, when rain fall, one part of it a leak. You have to move over to this.
Them place that we're talking about. Them place there is not rum. You have rum, you have liquor. You have liquor, you have rum.
You have rum.
And you have jam crabati. Nobody can make jam crabati turn pies.
Yeah, well, jam crabati is a different animal.
So they're not complaining. And jam crabati would have sell as rum. Yo.
Jam crabati is a different animal.
Yo, let me tell you something. Me see one brother at rum bar at Westmoreland. Not rum bar. We're going 9 night at Westmoreland. I know every country part of one place in Crossroads.
9 night as in Dead Yard. And
Dead Yard.
For the non-American, for the non-Jamaicans, Dead Yard, aka the Jamaicans and the Caribbean folks, once someone pass away, there's a week-long celebration in memory as a big grave and prepare. Probably even longer than a week. Sometimes it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks because you know the money for pay for the grave digging, you know?
Let me tell you something. I see a man, you know. First of all, when they are Westmoreland, and I'm a family member, I think one of my cousins them they dead years ago. And my father said I go up at the house. And we're there at Crossroads. Sound a beat and everything nice and me ready for go sleep now in the Benton. So me I say, all right, Moreland Hill, I want big hill you have to go up. So me reach right at Crossroads, right where you have to go up at the hill. I can put my hand in front of my face.
Yeah.
I don't see my hand. That's how dark it is.
Yeah,
Say,
dark, no light, yeah.
No, but I'll go up there, some brother, because it's a hill, and if you make one bad step, the amount of courage you're going to roll in when you come back down, and it's a gravestone that will save you when you reach all 30 foot down. No, but good. Go back. Me see a brother drink John Crabati. The first time I've ever heard of John Crabati in a one aisle flask. And the man is on him bicycle Benton. And I swear on everything. The man sits and drink. I end up on him bicycle. No, I end up on him bicycle. This is my right hand. Anybody know bicycle? Right hand is back brakes, left hand is front brakes, right? But I go so I have the right hand on the brake. I go so I drink. I said so. And drop on the ground Benton. And his foot them still up on the pedal like this on the ground. And he have the bicycle like this. I was still thinking, I said something like, but see liquor goes to the back like the liquor going like this. I'm gonna say, yo. I'm brother my parents say a jam crabati the man I drink. They said that number one jam crabati story. Nope.
Drunk crabati, what's the alcohol proof in a drunk crabati?
1 million.
1 million. It's not normal. It's a significant. And I mean, I say them used to hide the thing they be on their bar, on their counter in some bar. Because them, you know, in some places you don't really want. But we all know remedy on some people who are more efficient when intoxicated. Because we have a barber in a Westmoreland there. And I'm drunk crabati and whatever liquor or whatever rum, and this is when he's most competent in lining people up. Yes, and a razor blade him I used to, you know. Razor blade and scissors and a line people up. I mean, some of the things that you kind of think about is like, you know, you kind of like, yo, yeah man. Big up Babylon wherever you're there in the world. Big up. Back to the Premier League. Cough Balls a real talk, Junior. Yeah, BM says I didn't know that regarding the cornmeal and
yeah, a real thing. A real thing. You can Google it. But not go so though. But people believe it's poison.
Yeah. Liverpool at the summit as we round out this round of EPL matches. One more game slated for tomorrow. Anything that stood out to you in the table, family?
Liverpool coming in more like on the horizon. And the closer teams get is the farther them fall off. But what is surprising is Chelsea overtaking Man City. Remember, Chelsea was way down a goalie 1 point.
Yeah.
I would have never thought... would you have thought Chelsea would have surpassed Aston Villa? by now.
Yeah, but remember, Chelsea was also in pole position at one point.
Well,
So
that's true.
they
That's
have
true.
swung from pillar to post.
Yeah.
And I don't know which Chelsea will ride out the next 10 games of the season. So, I mean, it's good for them. Good for them that they're back in the Champions League spot, but they play Arsenal in the next game, which that's going to be a different animal.
One quick thing. You do realize how big I never thought about this. Next year is a World Cup year, right?
Yes.
You realize how big this fifth spot is this year. That Champions League qualification spot. Because if you finish fifth, you're not going to have an off season. Your season literally starts 3 weeks after the end of the season. That's when the Champions League playing is.
Yeah,
So-
but I think Man City, because they will have the FIFA Club World Cup in the summer also, right? Because that tournament is slated for this year in the US.
Yeah, but that could have always just been a preseason tournament.
Yeah, so
You really care about that. But you care about the Champions League. So you are now going to play. So those players are going to have, if they finish fifth, they are going to have a 12-month schedule because this year they won't have an off season. Next year they won't have an off season because most of them will be playing in
if
the
you
World
finish
Cup.
fourth, right? That's
It's fourth or fifth. I
fourth.
think
Fourth.
fifth. Is the
Fifth is Europa League,
That even make it worse.
and sixth is Conference League.
That make it even worse though.
Yeah, but a Bush League, then we don't care about them. I mean, but Pep is committed to they face Brighton next week, next round, next game. So I mean, ultimately, we'll see what happens.
They keep facing their chasers.
They keep facing their chasers. At some point, you're gonna have to figure something out. I mean, a big football game tomorrow: Newcastle versus West Ham. If Newcastle can somehow get these 3 points at London Stadium, it's monumental for Newcastle now to say, look, we're in this conversation too regarding the top four.
Yes.
And as for West Ham, quite notably, the hearing for one Mr. Lucas Paqueta began, and the speculations are about that if found guilty, Lucas Paqueta could be staring down a lifetime ban. And now, I don't know about you, Junior, but Lucas Paqueta, it's hard. I can imagine trying to play football with this thing sitting in the background. Even though you may not have to attend the hearing yourself, you have your representative, your lawyers attending the hearing and representing you. I don't know how Lucas Paqueta are going to play ball these next few weeks and still be able to function, because that ruling has a huge impact on what his career will be. And so be
Really?
that Brazil decided not to select him for the upcoming international window.
What is it from all football or just you get banned from England?
And so this is something that I would have to look into specifically, because
Because my bad, I should have looked that up too. But
no, because it's a ban from the way I interpret it, and you can just check that real quick. Ban from football, because then you're gonna essentially you're violating not just a FIFA or a English Premier League standard, you're violating a UEFA standard. You can't match fix, brother, and that's the allegation against him. Now him can't play Sunday League football when we go back out there. I mean, Lucas Paqueta can run out for colored, but I mean, it's not. I mean, it's a very serious offense, and this is something we talk about regarding Pete Rose and baseball, because Pete Rose was banned for match fixing or gambling on baseball, and it's the same similar sort of allegation, because the allegation is that Lucas Paqueta allegedly took a yellow card for influence betting market for him bridging them down in Brazil. Actually, at 3 yellow cards, they must investigate. Yes, so there I'm going to take bats and make joke. And part of the allegation, the accusation is that Lucas Paqueta allegedly did not fully cooperate with the investigation. Because I recall he released a statement saying that he cooperated fully.
I think that is the nail that they're aiming for. And if they are able to prove that, then yes, that is the nail in the coffin.
But imagine big man thing. Imagine you're a big baller. You're charged for influencing betting market. It's just like the same Pete Rose thing with baseball. I cannot believe the amount of money I'm gonna make and I want to risk about no betting gambling market, Reggie.
It is we don't look. I don't
allegedly
know and that's the thing, because there could be so much more to this story. It could be a simple misunderstanding. It could be a wider problem that needs to be exposed. There could be so many tentacles, because you have so much gambling that goes on in football. ESPN, even on the Premier League side, they show games with the betting odds on it, but then turn around and tell the players that them can't bet. It is at some point a difficult discussion will need to be had. I get it. The money, you can't give up the gambling money. That money is useful to the community and to the program and organizations. But there is a double-edged sword here. And I feel like with everything being so buttoned up, because if you notice, the reports are not giving us concrete information. They are hiding something. And I think at the end of the day, just like we say Man City not going to get hit with any major sanctions, I think it's the same thing we have to Paqueta. They're going look at it as time served. You learn a lesson. Don't do this again. Take a slap on the wrist and go on with your business. I think ultimately that's what's going to happen here. Because it just feel like there's more to this story, man.
You know what? That's one way of looking at it. First, I mean, that's probably taking the more optimistic view at it. I really don't know, to be honest with you. And the way I look at it is that the fact that they have gambling sponsors is one thing, but if you're found guilty of trying to influence the game itself, that's one of them big no in every league. There's no league want to have the quality of their competitiveness compromised. We see now basketball, tennis, whatever, whosoever, or baseball, whosoever is found guilty of compromising the results, the outcome of those league matches. Yeah, man, the death, what them call it, death sentence or whatever, is what them call it, is not something. So I don't know. West Ham expect Lucas Paqueta to lose his fight against spot fixing allegations as the Brazilian reportedly faces a lifetime ban. This is according to Goal. West Ham brace for lifetime ban for Lucas Paqueta as Brazil star expected to lose fight against spot fixing allegations. This is according to. This means that the FA only needs to establish. Well, we have a bunch of things are going. And we can't even listen to the Daily Mail. According to the Mail, and this is the Goal citing the Mail. According to the Mail, the case against Paqueta is being assessed under civil law standard of proof, known as, quote, the balance of probabilities. I guess you have a stuff. Rather than the strict beyond a reasonable doubt requirement used in criminal cases. This means the FA only needs to establish it is more likely than not that a 27-year-old intentionally sought to manipulate betting markets. So if not a reasonable doubt as in criminal cases, them just have to do with probability.
Yeah, but the probabilities of Paqueta doing that is low. So that's the out. That's the out they're giving him, because all Paqueta's lie I have to say is he makes X $100,000 a week. Why does he need to hedge bets? Give me the reason. If you don't have the smoking gun evidence, which it sounds like they have the smoking gun evidence, that's what it sounds like. If West Ham is truly expecting Paqueta to lose, that means that they are aware of some evidence that is beyond a reasonable doubt. But the wording of the article is sketchy. Not to switch sports, but the Japanese player that plays baseball for the Dodgers.
Yeah, what name?
Otani or whatever.
Otanio, yeah.
Right. His
contract.
Yeah, let me remove this but from thing. His contract, his translator got caught making bets with some big money, right?
Yeah.
And the translator took the fall. No.
Yeah, but wait, the translator got caught making bets.
Right. With some big money.
Yeah.
Common Sense World came out and said, that ain't the translator. You are making bets on his behalf, because in that culture, they make a lot of bets. That was a twist.
And these are the views of Junior, not big up to all the Japanese listeners.
No. These are not the views of Junior. These are the views of some reporter that was against Otani.
Okay, well,
I can't give him the credit.
Reporter such and such.
Right, reporter such and such argued that this smelled like Otani's translator is taking the fall for what he got caught doing. That is the same thing that could happen here. Where is Paqueta's translator?
No, it's not.
Why not?
Because the translator actually been found, aka guilty of the act itself. They are presenting evidence that Paqueta himself have conversation with the gambling man in Brazil about when to take a yellow card. This is why they try to seize his cell phone or seize his cell phone.
Brother, a joke, baby. A joke. I'm making a joke. I'm talking to my friend, and my friend
so
say,
yeah,
yo.
Buju did say my joke with undercover agent.
Those are the views of Benton. Listen, me don't have no problem with Buju and the people. No.
Big up the Gargamel, but I understand the point, and it is a very tricky scenario with Paqueta. We can only wish him all the best.
Paqueta have enough money to make this go away, and that's what I expect. I think so.
I hope so.
Unless there is something bigger that we just don't know.
So. Because if you have put money on gambling markets and I try to take false yellow cards, something fishy. Allegedly.
Something fishy. Exactly. Something is fishy.
Because either you have a gangster who dictate to you what is what, or you have an addiction problem, because you have 5 wives and you try to figure out. It's just crazy to me.
So that means that there's more to the story than we know.
He says the big picture, according to this article, it says West Ham insiders have criticized the process, calling it, quote, savage and very wrong that a player's entire career could be jeopardized by a decision made on marginal 51% probability. The FA's regulatory commissions handle such cases under the civil standard. Again, they don't have to meet the burden, the same standard in a criminal case. It's just a probability of the event occurring.
You never know. Them probably put Paqueta on like a watch and see if him still correspond with the Brazilian people and things. So.
And boy, this is just crazy for me. And so again, West Ham takes on Newcastle tomorrow. And the hearing began. In fact, I think it started, last Friday or last Thursday sometime. And so now, the reason why we are discussing this is the fact that I don't know if, as Lucas Paqueta as an individual, how am I going to be able to focus on, David Moyes did say, not David Moyes, Graham Potter did say that Paqueta is available when asked for this for the game. He's available for the game against Newcastle tomorrow. So I guess, is tricky, Junior.
We'll see how it ends up. I just think there's more to the story, and I'll be surprised if it come out. Big up the first responder. First responder said, I knew it was cornmeal, but I am driving. All right, don't worry. We're going to start out. I'll start out another jersey giveaway. By the next international window, we're going to have a jersey giveaway. Don't worry. BM says, those are the views of Benton, and Benton only BM.
This is true.
Nothing to do with that. Big up, Bojo.
Big up. Yeah, big up. And again, the article said that, West Ham have continued to stand by Paqueta, showing unwavering support to clear his name. And Junior, as you said, regarding the probability margin, it should lower for convict, but it also should lower for exonerate also, right? You just have to find two people who are willing to say, yo, this was the thing.
No, this is our joke with Lucas all the time, because Lucas is playing in a system that he wasn't happy at the time. And I know since we were kids growing up, anytime he gets frustrated, he always gets cheap fouls. So we always tease him about getting yellow cards. If you notice, he's getting yellow cards against Man City, against Arsenal, against Liverpool. He's not getting yellow cards against MK Dons. So
until he does.
It's a way we tease him.
Until he does. Champions League football games coming up this weekend. Champions League games took place last week, coming up this week. Champions League round of 16 first leg action took place last week, or this past week. Junior, second leg action coming up. First, let me know your thoughts on the first leg action, family.
It was all great games. Liverpool is very lucky. Konate is very lucky. Should have gotten a red card. So I'm talking about the PSG. PSG is just being PSG.
Arsenal put on a 7-piece meal. They come like them left score all the goals against PSV.
That's insignificant right now. Arsenal is just waiting their time to get kicked out of the competition. Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid surprised me. There were some great goals that scored.
2-1. Rodrigo again do what Rodrigo does best.
And your boy, he like he's always said, Pep could have used him today.
Yeah.
So,
hey, look, something that is not probably highlighted a bit enough is the role and the importance of Mr. Rodrigo in this Real Madrid team. He's playing a team with three selfish. Jude Bellingham returns this week, of course. Jude Bellingham played this weekend in Real Madrid's 2-1 victory over Rayo Vallecano. Surprisingly, Atletico Madrid dropped points against Getafe. And Barcelona was games postponed, unfortunately, because of sadly the death of their team doctor, one of their medical personnel passed away. But condolences to that family and to the football club and to all friends and loved ones for the doctor. But regarding Real Madrid, Junior, Rodrigo is an unsung hero regarding this football team. And
go ahead.
You see it week in and week out when he's on the field. And Brahim Diaz. Because they are the only two players that of these star players that are not selfish. Even Fatman selfish.
So you know this version of Real Madrid and the Jeremy and them and Javan and Conrad, we had a conversation in a Manchester United group, and There's a baller at Real Madrid that Rodrigo remind me of right now, and I'm going to bring you guys back a couple of years. But the last Galacticos that were out there's a baller that played amongst them that is exactly what Rodrigo brings to this current Real Madrid. You have any idea what we're talking about, Benton?
Don't give away another jersey. Do not give away another jersey.
No, give me another jersey. We'll push up against the clock right now.
No, me no know.
But Guti, Rodrigo is a modern version of Guti Hernandez. If you remember Guti.
Yeah, man, I know. But Guti are real baller, man.
Exactly, and that's what Rodrigo is right now.
I'm not gonna do that.
Rodrigo is a modern version of Guti.
I would not do that.
Remember, Guti played alongside Ronaldo, Beckham, Raul, Zidane. It wasn't with Makalele. It was young around Makalele. Yeah. But that side, I remember Guti even famously had the breakaway 1-on-1 with the keeper and backheel it to Raul.
Yeah.
Famous. That is what I see Rodrigo in. Rodrigo just balances Real Madrid. When Chupin is going up on the next wing, Rodrigo just brings a sense of calm to the game that make the defenders them have to be on their P's and Q's. And he is turning out to be the straw that really stirred the Real Madrid.
I'm not gonna go that far either.
I am going to go that far because he brings balance to the game. Rodrigo is taking the pressure off Madrid. Because when Madrid is playing, Madrid gives this sense of solitude amongst the chaos. And I think Mbappe and Vinny Jr. loves chaos. I think Jude Bellingham loves chaos because that is where individuality can shine. Rodrigo and Madrid, to me, just kind of balance out the team. And Madrid is obviously older. I give Rodrigo that ratings.
As for Guti was a general. Rodrigo is a good football player, and he's doing what needs to be done. I see what you're saying. I'm gonna have to think on that one. I see what you're saying, but I'm gonna have to think.
Nobody would sit on and say we have to stop Guti. We have to stop Guti.
Of course. Well, yeah, not in that team, but I mean.
Not in that team, exactly.
Guti was a general.
But Guti is the one that set the plate for Ronaldo them. Yeah, so it is, yeah.
First, second leg action, Barcelona, Benfica. Barcelona won the first leg 1-0. Second leg Tuesday, Barcelona versus Liverpool versus PSG, 4 o'clock. Time change football game on Tuesday. Liverpool won the first leg 1-0. Ball of the week to Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez not only scored today in the Southampton, not today, but yesterday in the Southampton game. And he kind of triggered that comeback against Idiot Southampton, aka Liverpool B. But Darwin Núñez set up that goal in the middle of the week for that Harvey Elliott, I say name? Harvey Elliott goal. And one thing Darwin Núñez did very well in that football game was battling, was a very physical presence against Marquinhos and that PSG backline. And they didn't want anything to do with it. He was able to recover the ball and unselfishly, like some people would have done, decided to lay it off to Harvey Elliott to slot home. So ball of the week to Darwin Núñez. In the smash and grab for Liverpool at PSG.
Yeah. And you have to big up Alisson. Alisson kept PSG at bay single-handedly.
Alisson Becker. Ball of the week for Alisson.
Yeah.
Inter defeated Feyenoord 2-0. They will play again this Tuesday, 4 p.m. Leverkusen, Bayern Munich. Leverkusen fix up Bayern Munich 3-0. This was the game that you circled.
No. Bayern Munich fix up Leverkusen.
Yeah, Bayern Munich, my bad. This is the game that you circled. Bayern Munich fix up Leverkusen 3-0. You circled this football game. Did it live up to your hype in the first leg?
Bayern Munich lived up to the hype. Leverkusen, I think what Bayern Munich did, in my opinion, Musiala played a little bit higher up, and I don't think they had. I think Leverkusen was caught off guard by why the name slipped me now. The youth who used to play for Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I know him, the French youth.
French youth. I think he was what caught them off guard. Him and Alfonso.
You always want to put in this brother in and give him some extra credit. You always want to give him some extra credit.
Am I wrong though?
I mean, sometimes I don't know.
At this point, am I wrong?
I don't know. And in fact, let me well, the man name has slipped me right now.
I'm not easy.
Yeah, we have Bayern Munich squad.
Olise.
Yeah, yes, Olise.
Respect Fabi Frano. Olise
yeah,
was a
give Olise extra credit.
Olise and Alfonso Davies were terrorizing Leverkusen.
Fair enough.
Terrorizing them, don't
And you know why Olise was able to do that?
Why?
Because people were opening space for him.
And that first goal from Harry Kane, oh my God. Oh my gosh. Yo, some goals scored in the Champions League this week, where you have to really sit down and watch it in eye.
Yeah, and actually, speaking of which, you're supposed to apologize to someone.
Oh.
Go ahead, man. Get it out.
Oh.
Go ahead and get it out.
Get out what?
The apology.
To who?
You said some goals scored in the Champions League this week. Who do you need to apologize to? One of them scored a stunner.
Who?
See how we forget? He plays for Atletico Madrid, formerly of Man City.
But we just tell us Pepper same should have it. I said
yeah,
that
but you
earlier.
never apologize to the man.
Why I apologize for you? Why you apologize to somebody for doing what you're supposed to do?
So what you apologize to? And we apologized to a while ago.
Even though it's a rotted goal, he scores still.
Julian Alvarez goal was an absolute.
Yo, it's a rotted. Yo.
Yeah, Julian Alvarez.
Courtois still a dive and can't reach it.
Yeah, it's a rotted goal. Yeah, Olise. Yep.
And Julian Alvarez, he meant everything
about it.
Shot. He meant everything in that.
Everything about it. No, but when some of us at Ball Chat, big up to come on, and the extra Ball Chat staff and other co-hosts around here, when some of us said in September at the end of the transfer window, Man City will have to figure out a way to move on and how to replace Julian Alvarez, it was dismissed by one Mr. Junior Pringle.
Hey, on a day when the time changed, when you get up this morning, and if somebody wake up normally at 6 o'clock, you're going to wake up and say, wait a minute, it's 6 o'clock. Why is my phone saying 7 o'clock? You get it wrong sometime. Today's a perfect day for get your clock wrong.
No, you got it wrong back then, and you're getting it wrong. You're making it only a few months.
In September, that's when you fall backwards, right?
No, it's in November.
Well, that's the second thing I got wrong. So that's what two things I got wrong today. The clock wrong twice today, right?
Lille versus Dortmund, 1-1 in the first leg. Lille versus Dortmund on Wednesday, 3:45 p.m. or is it 1:45 p.m. Atleti versus Real Madrid, that's at 4 o'clock. And Arsenal versus PSV. Club Brugge versus Aston Villa. Aston Villa somehow lucked out and got a very easy draw ahead 3-1 Junior.
I don't think they lucked out. I think the way the seeding went, that I think they cooked it to make sure you had even games all the way around. It's just Arsenal was disrespected and given PSV. But every team, all the storylines kind of matched up. for the big sides.
So
You have the German, yeah.
So yeah, go ahead, Junior.
You have the German derby. You have the Madrid derby. You have PSG versus Liverpool. You have all of these little teams that have good storylines. These games are all had good storylines that apply to them, and that's why Aston Villa got that. I never know. Leon Bailey is could have played for Belgium at one point. So of course you let the Belgian Jamaican play against the Belgian team, and he scored a good goal.
And is that not a record? Leon Bailey is the first Jamaican male to score in the Champions League, right? I mean, Bonnie Shaw did it in the women's side.
I mean, sure, he's his first Jamaican.
So big up Leon Bailey, who scored this week for Aston Villa in the 3-1 victory over Club Brugge. Our historians out there, did Lindy De La Pena score in our Champions League?
Okay, buddy. Hold on. Have Mason Greenwood scored in the Champions League?
Yeah, Mason Greenwood is not a Jamaican.
Let in the gun, man.
Is not a Jamaican.
Let in the gun, man.
You know, and according to reports, Mason Greenwood still filing papers.
Why? That's the slowest fax machine in history.
Slowest fax machine. Junior, Arsenal and Real Madrid, if Real Madrid is able to get past Atleti, are on a collision course for the quarterfinals. Liverpool is on a collision course for Aston Villa, providing that Liverpool gets past PSG, which we expect. Benfica or Barcelona, we're going to say Barcelona is on a collision course, we'll probably play a little. Leverkusen and our Bayern Munich is on a collision course to play Inter.
Yeah.
The top half of this draw look a little bit tricky. The bottom half of the draw look.
What is tricky about Arsenal and Real Madrid?
No, it's tricky for Aston Villa.
At least they don't get to travel outside the country to play a hard game. Liverpool can stay home and play in home and just take care of business. Aston Villa can have a good send off in the quarterfinals. Hey, we made it to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. All right, so go home now and make the big boys play.
So, and not to dismiss Atleti or Arsenal, I mean, we potentially could be looking at a Liverpool or Aston Villa for that matter, or PSG, and Club Brugge, and PSV.
That's what we're looking at. We're looking at
Liverpool versus Real Madrid semi-final potentially.
Yes.
All right, your prediction for this Athletic Real Madrid second leg. Jude Bellingham returns.
Yo, I said it last week. I will not bet against Real Madrid. So Real Madrid will find a way, but I think Atletico Madrid gonna make it interesting.
Any other games that you that really kind of stood out? It's Liverpool versus Paris. Can Locho and the Georgian Messi. Which one did come from? A Georgian come from? Keva. Overturn this tie against Liverpool.
Can they? Yes.
Or will they?
No. Because you had look, Liverpool, that was the most professional game I've seen Liverpool played in a while.
No,
yes, we can say PSG should have scored. Yes, we can say PSG pressured Liverpool to the max, right? But they never score. So Liverpool stuck to their game plan and said, if we don't give up a goal, we feel good. And if them give us a chance, we're taking it. PSG fans cannot sit down now and say, oh, we feel like we can get something at Anfield, you know. Why make you think Liverpool when lay down and play dead at Anfield?
No, but it's not a situation of playing dead, you know. It's a situation of like Alison Becker was outstanding in this football game and made some huge saves for Liverpool. And yes, he did his job. But on another day, some of those things probably went in. I mean,
hold on. You see, you can't go with this hypothetical. Yes, PSG could have scored a goal in the first 10 minutes. Fine. But I can argue that that goal could have transformed into a 4-goal Liverpool rout. So Liverpool's approach to the game was clear. We are going to lock shop and play the game as fundamental as possible. Let's not give up a goal. If we give up a goal, then we'll turn on the real Liverpool.
You know, Luis Enrique said that he feels very proud of his players, very proud of the team, and proud of the supporters.
Yeah, because he knew he played against the best team in Europe.
I mean, is there a little bit too much respect here?
When you watch Liverpool, when you see the tier that Salah is on, when you look at the English Premier League and you are in French League, and you know the English Premier League is better than your league, no, it's not too much credit. They bought them go out and they played hard. At some point, we were saying, the first, can PSG maintain this pace for 90 minutes? Eventually, PSG is going to falter and Liverpool is going to run away with the game. And it never happened. Liverpool, their smash and grab and say going to the second leg. So I think Luis Enrique can hang his hat on that. And especially, look at PSG team last year to this year. Look at the names on that team roster last year versus this year. They surpassed expectation.
Luis also said their best player was Alisson. That means that they suffered. I.e. as in Liverpool suffered. Champions League games coming up this week. Second leg action, family. Champion football again. Champion football again, family. Just to remind listeners of the upcoming games on Tuesday: Barcelona versus Benfica, Liverpool, Paris, Leverkusen, Bayern Munich, Inter, Feyenoord, and on Wednesday, Lille, Dortmund, Aston Villa, Club Brugge, Atleti, in the Madrid derby, Atleti versus Real, and Arsenal versus PSV. Well, Arsenal have strength for both sides. Continuing our football roundup, family. Most notable news that I want to touch before we go to Jamaican football report is that a halftime, Super Bowl style halftime is heading to the 2026 World Cup final. We saw your boy Kendrick Lamar perform at the recently concluded Super Bowl final. Infantino made an announcement on his social media handle, Junior. Are you looking forward to this?
There's more. I think there's an undertone to this because I'm pretty sure every World Cup final have some form of performance.
Yeah, but the halftime event there will be an opening up, but this time there will be a halftime show like at the Super Bowl.
Right. So I think they're selling the halftime show right now.
Yeah.
Because remember, the halftime is normally when you go to studio.
Yes.
And the blah 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 and then go commercial blah blah blah. Now we're trying to sell it. Now we're taking commercial dollars out of products that want to sell a commercial or want to buy a commercial spot. We are taking that now and selling this to the media, right? I think that's all this announcement is. I remember it's very key because in the Super Bowl, you have 1 million ads. In the World Cup, you don't have 1 million ads because the game is televised commercial free, 45 minutes plus, right? So now you're even removing more commercials from the TV by bringing in a by bringing in a halftime act. I don't think that's going to go well with the media. And that's what I'm telling you. There's more to this story if you really think about it. It's easy for the NFL to do it. because of the commercials that are already taking place. But you're removing even more commercial time from these networks. Why would a network broadcast a game now?
Well, I mean, you're still going to have more views, right? More chance to run your commercials because of your lead-up show, your wrap-up show. And one of the things that the commercials have, well, the American and European late generation advertisers have figured out is where to squeeze the commercials into certain corners or certain areas of the feed. We say
nobody is watching
and trust me, this is gonna get really kind of pluggy all over the place. So I mean, it's a financial big machine, right? So they will figure out a way to get their commercial dollars because the TV people will be paying a lot of money, and the companies will be paying a lot of money to advertise their product during this time.
I don't think it's going to go well. I think there's going to be some pushback.
You think so? But it's already confirmed. He says, quote, "I can confirm the first ever halftime show at a FIFA World Cup final in New York, New Jersey, in association with Global Citizen. This will be a historic moment for FIFA World Cup and a show befitting the biggest sporting event in the world."
I know what will be funny. You see during the halftime show, you have Thierry Henry and Kate Adbo and them. Yeah, you know, as we're at the halftime, France leading Brazil 1-0. As we hear in the background, Bad Bunny singing at the halftime show. And you see Bad Bunny in the background as it's so. And he said, yeah, you know, it's a theory. How was the first half of this game? It was a great game as I speak over Bad Bunny performing in the background because I really think the media is going to fight.
All right, because CBS doesn't have the right in this market. Everybody right now would have glad for halftime show rather than listen to Lalas on Fox News.
Well, that is true.
Everybody, I think Fox has the rights. So everybody and their mother would have glad to listen to some other entertainers, real musicians, rather than Alexi Lalas interjecting and inserting America fully loaded in the halftime analysis. So
you know, as France was leading 1-0, you know, when Team USA played in the first round, I remembered he went down and Tyler Adams went down the right wing, just like we see that whoever France is doing. Yeah. And he just reminds me of what Team USA could have
but you have to remember, say Christian Pulisic name would have get squeezed in. Captain America name would get.
Pochettino failed the US market as we watch Brazil play France in the World Cup final. Yeah,
Infantino also announced, Junior, that these will be two incredible. He says we also spoke about how FIFA take over Times Square for the final weekend of the FIFA World Cup in 2026 during the third place on the final. So basically, Times Square locked that entire weekend. So Junior, we have to gas up the Pinto, gas up the ball chat mobile unit and roll out. Times Square is gonna be the place. We're broadcast live from Times Square the weekend, July 18th and 19th.
Can somebody please remind Infantino who the president of the United States is?
He actually made the announcement while he visited with the president.
Yeah.
Who said this will be the greatest? This will be the huge show. So I play a gold-plated thing. I run out, so we don't know. Say, hey, yo, it's my Jamaican. If Jamaica qualify for the World Cup, which I expect them to do, yo, make sure it's no scammer in the sub.
Don't worry, ICE will be present. Don't worry.
In the list for them submit to ICE for immigration paperwork, because that's also a behind the scene concern. With the increase in immigration stringency here, some teams will probably have to get very, very aggressive about getting their players in for this tournament. We know.
Oh, you just know there'll be a lot of gold cards given.
Well, that too. That is
A
true.
lot of
That is
temporary
true.
gold cards.
We know say Cuba now come in with no ballers.
Cuba making it to the World Cup.
So that's the big announcement. But looking forward to see it. I mean, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Why not? So, FIFA World Cup final weekend halftime show. There are a list of performers that has been batted around, but no Buju Banton, unfortunately, Juna.
Yeah.
No Buju Banton, unfortunately.
Yo, Aiko! You never know. You never know.
No, the Jamaican football report. All right, no, wait. We have to touch MLS sprint before we go on. Riyadh. Major League Soccer scores this weekend, family. The big match that was taking place was Inter Miami versus Inter Miami Messi-less Inter Miami versus Wilfred Saha. Last I checked, Inter Miami. Well, the game was tied 0-0. Major news coming out of this weekend's MLS action, family. LAFC defeated Columbus 3-0. Cincinnati 1-1. It take Cincinnati 1-1. I mean, wait on MLS action. We have to actually got MLS scores.
Miami defeated Charlotte 1-0 with goal by Allende.
Yeah.
And they even defeated Charlotte 1-0 after being down to 10 men.
Yeah, Miami defeated Charlotte 1-0.
Yeah.
Seattle, Columbus 0-0 with Houston. Seattle 5-2 over LAFC. Atlanta drew 0-0 with New York. Cincinnati 2-0 over Toronto. DC defeated Kansas City 2-1. Philadelphia. Yo, there's a ratted goal in this Philadelphia game. Philadelphia 2-0 over New England. And by the way, big up to the Jamaican player who made a move to the New England setup. I think he joined. Do you remember the name of the Jamaican player?
Yeah, there's a striker that used to play for Excelsior, I believe. Former Excelsior striker.
It's DeMarte. I will look up the name. New York City 2-1 over Orlando. Colorado 1-0 over Austin. Chicago 3-1 over Dallas. Nashville 2-0 over Portland. And Real Salt Lake and Javon Brown. Jamaica's own Javon Brown dropped, picked up was defeated 3-1 by San Diego. And no complaint this week about any chance. It's a good thing Javian Brown still playing football. I mean, so that's a good thing for Real Salt Lake. Still getting some valuable minutes.
Yep.
But that's it for the MLS roundup. I mean, no big news in terms of the scores this weekend. I mean, other than the fact that Miami should have somehow Wilfred Saha should have figured out a way to defeat that Messi-less Miami team, that all-foot Miami team. But
that down to 10 men Miami team.
Yeah. Vancouver 2-0 over Montreal, and Minnesota defeated San Jose 1-0.
And the player's name is former Excelsior High School Manning Cup standout Damorny Hutchinson.
All right, Damorny Hutchinson. All right, make we step right into Yawd Ballers report and then focus on this Champions Cup game that concluded. First leg concluded in the middle of the week. Cavalier picked up 2-0 against Miami. Goals from Aleden and Luis Suarez family. Cavalier got BM's bug of the week.
Which is harsh because they did have that one goal disallowed and they should have scored many more goals, honestly. But I think they showed up, they played well. Miami's experience showed.
Kind of experience, man. I don't know, experience foolishness, this brother. I think
versus
we reach it with experience.
versus Cavalier. They are more experienced than Cavalier.
And of course, the leader of Cavalier, Mr. Speed, really announced that he had quite a few youngsters on his team in the pre-match presser.
and which is true, he does.
Yeah,
But and the players they apply themselves well. They are better, talented players overall. But Miami is just a better team, and it showed. And Miami, I think they were caught off guard by Cavalier's speed.
but it shows that there's a way to beat this Miami team. Speed. Use your speed and exploit them. But if you're going to exploit them with the speed, you're going to have to take your opportunities. I mean, Carlson was very good going on the right wing, but sometimes we just have to make cooler heads prevail and just use the sense sometimes. And but the takeaway or the big takeaway from this game was the Yawd Phillips and Lionel Messi's photo, Junior, that posted on Instagram.
That's the big takeaway. Why?
Yeah, I mean, we never know say Yawd love baller like that.
I mean, Messi is a global icon. Even people that have no clue about the sport know who Messi is. So I don't read too much into that. But the big takeaway for me is that Messi has to play Thursday.
Why?
He has to play the second leg.
Yeah, because that's just for appease the Jamaican fans.
No, because you really run the risk of losing this game, and you can lose badly. I really think Javier Mascherano and company can look at this Cavalier outfit and say, we have no idea what they're like at home. If not, like, they can go on YouTube and find good video. So
yeah, there are videos out there. You have scouting reports.
Yes, you do, but
if Miami can't afford scouting reports, I beat your scouting report.
It's not about affording the scouting report, but sometimes your eyes see different than what you feel. And Mascherano can come out of that game and say we were lucky. Right? It's not like PSG Liverpool. You're playing at home. This is where you're supposed to win 3-4-5-0 if you are that big of a side. And you were put against the ropes many times against this Cavalier side. I would be worried going to play them in Kingston. And knowing that if Cavalier put away one of those early chances that they got, if they're going to get that chance again. If they put that away, why would I want to play the next 80 minutes holding on to this 1-goal lead?
All right, now with all the fanfare and no disrespect to Inter Miami. Well, you know what? Forget that. I don't care about that. Because Atlanta United in the MLS have eliminated Inter Miami last year in the playoffs in the best of 3 games. And we have seen this Inter Miami team up close and personal here in Atlanta. And they are an old football team. And if you are a young, running, hungry team, you can beat this football team. Now, Lionel Messi makes everything kind of tape over the patches and Ray and over the cracks or whatever. But he didn't play in this game. And so this is part of the thing that's a bit disappointing, more or less, for Cavalier, is the fact that you had them right where you wanted them. In the fact that you utilized your speed, but you couldn't just keep your head down and just said, look, calm down. Yeah, I see a brother, I think Thomas, the man I take a shot from about, must be 16 yards out or 18 yards out. When he has his teammate in a closer, better position, when he just lay the ball to him, and his shot ended up like in a 5th row. I say, that is just, come on. So it's almost so you have to manage the youth side of things. The youthful exuberance, you have to manage that. Every man want to be star, every man want to shine at the big light. But ultimately, you know, say, boy, if my teammate is in a better position, lay the ball after him so him can convert the chance.
I think we're coming from a place of where we're too knowledgeable of Cavalier.
Yeah,
We
well, we
know
are
too
all
much.
man still, but
No, but if you were to come from it to counter your argument, you come to it from Inter Miami's perspective. If I'm an Inter Miami fan and I care zero about Cavalier, I'm just thinking about winning this competition,
fair enough.
and I would be worried going in Thursday because I am not going to get up and be any faster. We're not going to be any faster. We're not going to be stronger in the next couple of days. So there are elements that this team possesses that we are just weak against, and there should be a worry there. And I think this is an opportunity for ignorance to be bliss for the young players at Cavalier. And we don't know what energy a full stadium went to for these young players. They can cower down and fall under the pressure, or they can break out and be superstars. And that's a risk that Inter Miami is running into this unknown. And worse, if they forward expecting the stadium to be empty. If them forward saying Jamaica hasn't packed the stadium in 10 years, but when they reach a stadium and drive through the crowd and walk in, I say, God damn it, they're flat. Right? We don't know. So I really think that unknown is working in Cavalier's favor, and hopefully they can take advantage of it and give us a good game.
We have a big up to Oral Tracy. Oral Tracy posted some boy stadium look good, and I saw an image that he posted that showed like the stadium really look good. So they might do some work on the stadium, and I mean I know they're doing work on the track, but no said them probably improve the feel. Hopefully improve the feel also. As this game plays out, kudos to Cavalier and big up to Rudolph Speed and his young squad. But don't, just play ball. Don't really, at least we can't tell them what to do. But at the end of the day, go out and capitalize on those opportunities. I mean, because time wait for no man. And them opportunities don't come around too often. And
speaking of that though, BM says, is it just me or is Avre a little disappointed? I expected more from him in the JPL.
Yeah, Kyle. I more a part of me wonder if him run out of breath, because sometimes I couldn't find him in that midfield. I couldn't find him in that space. So I don't know, and again more emphasize that Inter Miami is a slow football club. And say, people say, well, speed don't play ball. Yeah, it does have a significant impact because you have to move. And, and sometimes, if you leave a look at mark on some of these Inter Miami players, you're not going to hurt them, but make them know say you did it. Make Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba know say you did it, when you're going for a tackle. You're not going to, it's me deal with, or Messi, you make them know say you did it. And, so.
But how much of it do you think it goes on to being starstruck? Because sometimes Mr. Busquets a run, and him not even running, him just treading in the middle of the field, and he's just like, yo. So I don't know.
Yeah, and all right. So in one hand, I can see star. Well, I guess we saw it first hand in the MLS here, where every man at twerk over Messi and I try. Well, except Atlanta United, I twerk over him jersey and Ray. But for Cavalier, I suspect there's a bit of starstruck there also. But I suspect once the ball game start, and you start play a ball and you start get some opportunities, you probably know like, wait, I'm surprised that I'm open this free. I'm surprised I have this much time. What? Is me say? So now, if they can calibrate the what they saw from what they expected from the Miami team and what they actually encountered. So the expectation they had going into the game and what they encountered last Thursday, and then you say, boy, this team is not as fast as I expect them to play, at the level that I expect. So you can then translate that to say, I think we have a chance.
Yes, I agree.
I think we have. Now, most
Are you playing
importantly,
at home? Are you playing at home?
yeah. Most importantly, the stadium need to pack like Bulco and ram like Bulco. And people
It
them
is
need to
going to-
roll out
From early.
from early and make the place hot like fire. Make it toxic, make it boo Messi, boo whosoever you need for boo. Just make it rough up. And yo, anybody want to take picture with Messi, do that after a ball game.
Yeah.
So you
After-
have a
after-
thing that
after-
Messi must play this game.
Yes, he has to play this game. If he doesn't play this game, then like I said, Mascherano is very lucky, or something is going on with Messi
They said they bench him because he was rested because of overload muscle.
yeah, no.
You have to protect the muscle. All right, Jamaican Women's Premier League update, family. Round of action. Los Profectors defeated Wi-Fi United 2-0. Springers United and Federal United drew 2-2. Cavalier defeated Mile Gully 4-1. UWI Junior defeated Real Mobile 2-0. And Fraser's Whip defeat Proven Girls 7. What is that? If Fraser's Whip fix up UWI 7 or whatever them get, how much am I give Real Mobile?
Exactly. So the parity again, but the ball game a roll still, and so good goal scoring still. We have to give them props. Yeah.
Jamaican Women's Premier League on Instagram. And for all those who need update, we don't hear back from Christina Hudson. Right, family?
Yeah.
So, but we have to go make a call.
No.
Jamaican Premier League last week we discussed referee sat out the weekend's action. Dennis Chung said they would get it resolved by March 3rd. Things got resolved. Football back in flow in the Jamaican Premier League. Mount Pleasant defeated Dumbarton 3-0. Harborview and Molynes drew 0-0. Tivoli 1-1. Veer United picked up a very important 2-0 victory over Humble Lion and
Finally.
Waterhouse. And Waterhouse is currently 0-0 with Cavalier.
Finally.
And the standing, much needed victory. The standing is that Mount Pleasant is on 68 points, 11 points ahead of Arnett with a game ahead. Arnett has a game in hand. Rounding out the top six, Mobile United is on 53 points in third place. Cavalier on 45 points. Portmore on fifth, 44, and Waterhouse 30. Round out the playoff teams, at least if playoff starts today. Bottom of the table, Humble Lion. So bottom of the table class, them defeated the team there. Veer United on 22nd, 22 points. Humble Lion is on 21 points. And Chapelton is on 22 points. Well, Junior, look at the goal difference between Veer United and Chapelton. Both teams on 22 points. Veer has a minus 29 goal difference and Chapelton has a minus 17.
Parity. I'm going to say parity.
Speaking of Chapelton got rid of their technical director, decided to step away from Chapelton Football Club. Vassar Reynolds take charge as the technical director of Chapelton Maroons after head coach Douglas surprised Jermaine Douglas decided to say do road. A bit strange, Junior, that Jermaine Douglas, I mean, he wasn't in a relegation. Well, he's in a relegation fight, but he's above the relegation zone. And Jermaine Douglas decided to say him have enough. Now, Chapelton with Vassar Reynolds in charge as technical director. Vassar Reynolds says he will appoint Dwight White, Old Harbour head of Old Harbour High, as the new head man.
I'm, I said it before that the JPL, they need some marketing something, right? Because something is going on amongst this coaching staff. And I think, I don't know, maybe money, maybe they're not getting paid. Something is going on though, Benton. It's kind of weird to see all of these changes happening mid-season. And especially for teams that are not necessarily at threat. Right?
But I guess it's par for the course for Chapelton because Jermaine Douglas, who resigned his post, only took the job in December after replacing O'Neal Thompson.
Something not right, man. Something not right. I don't know what it is, but you talk about the referees that getting paid, and there was something that came out that 50 referees that get paid how much match, something not right. And we always hear the story after the fact, and more time you kind of forget the seed that was planted. But I think it's a Chapelton might just be one of them cases. We say T got to go back. We see it just feel like something going on.
And this is in Sports Max according to Leighton Levy. According to this article from Leighton Levy, the Douglas resigned on Thursday after the team suffered a crushing 5-0 to Arnett. In interviewing Vassar Reynolds, who was brought in just days prior to Douglas' resignation, technical director Vassar Reynolds says, quote, "Yes, it did. I even called him the next morning and told him I was surprised. It was unexpected for everyone, to be honest." Reynolds further explained that before Douglas' resignation, he had visited the club twice to observe and assess the situation after being approached to assist. Quote, "A few days before the game, I was asked to come in and offer support to Douglas and his staff as the technical director for the rest of the season. I observed the team twice leading up to the Arnett Gardens match and officially started my role on Saturday morning. However, Douglas has since clarified his decision to step down had little to do with the heavy defeat against Arnett. Quote, "I don't think it is something that I would want to disclose at this time to the media especially, but I can assure you it has little or nothing to do with the result. I wouldn't say differences with management. It's just that some things were done in a particular way that was in conflict with what I agreed to when I joined the club."
All right.
Well, the only change that occurred was that Vassar Reynolds came in as technical director just a few days ago. So
that's what it is.
big up Jermaine Douglas as he stepped away from Chapelton. Chapelton Maroon sitting in 12th position. And now he's gonna technical director Vassar Reynolds is gonna have to find a coach to lead the team for me. BM says, remember, Avery came from Lille and Sporting Kansas Academy. So he should be dominating the JPL.
But you are assuming that they're playing on a good field. You're assuming that he's playing with equitable talent. So a lot can go wrong when you do that. If your talent is at a higher stature, you don't wallow.
They won the JPL last year, so that's a good thing. I like that.
But personally,
I expect more from him in this ball game, though.
Yes,
I expect more from him in this ball game. Expect more. All right, family, like that. Any update on the Mason Greenwood switching to Jamaica? Because I know you're tracking that day by day.
I am not tracking it day by day. Whenever the news break, it break. I couldn't care any less.
Reggae Boys have CONCACAF Gold Cup qualifiers coming in down in March. What, March 20?
The 20 that week. I remember 21st is
Yes, that week. Reggae Boys has 2 games. St. Vincent and the Grenadines versus Jamaica on Friday, March 21st at 7 p.m. And they play on The second leg again on March 25th at 8 p.m. So, want to remind the listeners of the upcoming event, family. Those of us who listened to Ball Chat last week, were privy and got some info on this upcoming Hopeton Kelly Memorial Football match scheduled for Saturday, March 22nd. Manning's fundraiser at Manning's High School. You have 3 games on the docket. Big event. We had Sean Young on last week. We're gonna have Sean on next week again to talk about this event. We have 3 games on the docket. 1 p.m. Kickoff. We have Squaddy Police versus Fire. Is a curtain raiser game kicking off at 1 p.m. So Squaddy are gonna play a fireman in the first game. Then after that, the 2 p.m. current Manning's DaCosta Cup team will take on the current Froome Technical DaCosta Cup team. And then the big match, 6 p.m., the 1978 Elrond Cup champs, the Manning's 1978 Elrond Cup champs versus former Reggae Boys invitational game. This game will kick off at 4 p.m. And in the 1978 Elrond Cup champs, Manning's actually won a trophy. In all my years, it took Sean Young as the Manning's alma mater to come and tell me that Manning's won something. So the boy can't tell me that Manning's never win nothing. So Manning's won a trophy in the 1978 Elrond Cup, and he spoke very, very well about Hopeton Kelly and the tragic end to his life. I mean, Hopeton Kelly and Hopeton Kelly's mom impact in getting this thing and doing this adventure with the organizers. Plus
remember the after party as well, with music by Billy Slaughter, formerly of Stone Love.
Yes, Billy Slaughter. And we also have the former Reggae Boys that will be joining: Theodore Tapper Whitmore, Linval Pala Wilson, who else are found? Jim Dandy Graham, the entire Rajic Reed. Did I hear Rajic Reed too?
No, I don't think.
Maybe. Who else did I hear? But quite a few former players.
Hector
Wright. And it's been endorsed. The event has been endorsed by the JFF. The current president of the JFF, Mr. Michael Ricketts, is gonna try to attend. So they're fully supporting the event. But of course, it's sandwiched between the games between the Reggae Boys and St. Vincent. We know Mr. Ricketts have to go such place.
Yeah, and I put the online link for the tickets. I put it in the chat. So if all of us, if we're not going to be there, we can donate by just buying a ticket. So you just buy a 1 ticket or 2 ticket or a few and donate to the cause, because it will be going to the school. 100% proceeds go to the school. And me and Sean talk regularly, and he does a lot. Not only for Manning. This is a Manning specific event, but he does a lot. In a lot of schools, and there are a lot of people out there like that. And we're going to put it out there because we reach out to Christine from JPL and then the fart way. Right? Or the Jamaican Women Parade. Then they literally don't fart on us. So it's cool. But anybody that's out there, if you know anybody out there that is doing this kind of philanthropical work, I would love to get that support. Tell them for link with, and we'll share the information. Come on forward for the show, man.
Yeah, but we not only share, we also put the money where our mouth is.
Put money that's available, yeah.
Yes, because Ball Chat has resoundingly supported events in the past. The Ball Chat family has resoundingly supported events, whether it's hurricane and our earthquake event down in St. Vincent, whether it's scholarship and fundraiser for student athletes. Ball Chat has done it and continue to do it. So we are more than just a football show. That is just straight up community football. That's what we say. Admission is $1,500 Jamaican. How much US is that, Junior?
I don't know, you know. Just walk with some money.
Yeah, so it's, we're looking at a few dollars there. Probably $2 or $3.
No. Is
$10. $10. We're saying $10,
10 to
1500,
12.
10 US dollars for general admission. And, you know, for kids, we're looking at $3 US dollars. They're 500 for kids. For VIP, we're looking at about maybe 15 US dollars. So approximately, and it depends on the exchange rate, but you know, we're just doing it as a straight 150. Support this event. I'm gonna get some tickets. Ball Chat is gonna get some tickets. Just to raise funds for Morning School. The school is an institution, the longest continuously open institution in Jamaica, 1738 till now. So the Morning School. So big match. So you have some very and plus Tapper Whitmore will be signing autographs. Big up to all the listeners. Sean will be on the show next week. So you know we love having Sean on the show. So he'll be on the show next week. Morning School, Beckford Street. If you're in Jamaica and you want to attend the event, it's at Morning School and Beckford Street, Savannah, Westmoreland. For further info, you can call 876-488-1529 or 954-465-3654.
Yep.
Yeah, man, hit that. Big up to our listeners. Big up to our listeners.